Okay, we're going to look at periodic functions. So if you open the first page of the assignment, okay, it should say periodic function. The graph of a periodic function repeats in a regular pattern. So let's see, repeats in a regular pattern. So let's say this is like your x-axis here, and this over here is your y-axis. Periodic function, we could start here and just goes, and then goes, and goes. And just repeats. You get a mountain here, a crest here, and a crest there. Okay, so it repeats. So anything that kind of repeats is a periodic function. So I don't know, it could be a skinny thing like this and just repeats itself. So the crest repeats itself, and the trough is down here, repeats itself. So this is, and it keeps going. It's periodic. It could look different a little bit and still periodic if I don't know if it going up here, here. As long as it has the same shape and repeats itself, and it's considered a periodic function. Okay, so this is known as a periodic function. The period is the measure of a cycle, so how long a cycle takes. Usually this axis is time, so this x-axis is usually your time. Okay? And a cycle would be like when it repeats. So from here to over here, that'd be like considered one cycle. You can go from a trough to a trough, or from the bottom to the bottom here. And you can consider that one cycle. It should be the same measurement, right? It should be the same measurement. And same, you can go from like here all the way to, let's see, it has to repeat. So it goes up, down, and comes here. That's one cycle right there. And then it repeats itself. Okay, right? So, a cycle could be from here to here. Here it could be over here, and then it repeats over here and comes back down. So it could be from here to here. Okay, there's a cycle. Okay, the amplitude. So the next definition, okay, the distance from the maximum minimum point to the midpoint. So it's like if you have this, this is your amplitude here, your A. So from the middle, up and down, like from here, up and down, that's your amplitude. This one over here is a little smaller. Your amplitude is here. And amplitude from the middle. So again, from the middle, like that's your amplitude there. From the middle, up and down is your amplitude. So let's put this to work here. So let's look at the first graph. Okay, for each graph, state the period, the amplitude, the y-intercept, the domain, and the range. Okay, so let's start off with the period. Period right here. We're going to put it right in the space. You should have a space. So here, where's the first time it repeats itself? Right here. So from the top to the top. Okay, that's my amplitude from here to here. That's my A. Not my period. Sorry, that's my period. P, I'll just call it period. So it goes from 0 to 4. So my period is 4. Now look, if you went from 2 to 6, you still went 4, right? You still went 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer is still 4. So my period here is 4 when it repeats itself. Amplitude is the distance from the middle up. So in this case, it's 1 square up. That's the amplitude. So 1. Just put 1 there. The amplitude is 1. Okay, so, and it's 1 down or 1 up. So, the distance all the way is 2. So half of it, 2 divided by 2. So half of it is 1, which is my amplitude. Okay, y-intercept. So right here, right there's the y-intercept. Okay, so x is 0, y is 1. So it's when x is 0, comma, y is 1. There's lots of x-intercept, but only one y-intercept. It goes there. Domain. Well, the domain is the x value. So the x values is everything. So we just say x is an element of the real number system, and we do those fancy brackets which I hate drawing. Okay. Well, range is a little different here. So we do start off saying YER, but there's more to it. See, a range, it only goes from here to there. So the lowest number is -1. And then you put this, y. Okay, so you put y, so you put this greater than, this less than symbol, and then less than 1. So it's usually between two values. This domain is almost always XER. Every single time it's XER, because these go on forever. So these graphs go on forever this way, and they go on forever the other way. So they just keep going and going and going. Okay, but the range is that goes from -1, so it goes down from -1 up to 1, like with a 2. Okay, let's try the next one. So that's that one. If anyone likes to pause it, whoever's there can pause it. I'm moving on to the next one. Okay, so the next graph here. Okay, now it's not. See, it doesn't. The x line. Okay, the x-axis doesn't go through the middle. It doesn't, but we can still find the period. We can still find where it repeats. Let's go to the top of a hill and see where the next hill is. Look, we were going from 2 to 10. We're going from 2 to 10, right, from a hill to a hill. So the period can be 10 minus 2, 8. So my period is 8. So over here, 8, 2 to 10, you count, okay, from hill to hill, okay, from crest to crest in physics terms, and they go by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if you wanted to start here, just follow along, and it ends over here, and you get to 8 as well, from here to here, where it repeats and goes up again. See, that's 8. This is 8. This is also 8, going from here to here. It's also 8, where it starts and goes. Okay, amplitude. Now, usually I like to draw the middle line. So I like to draw where it cuts it right in half. See, it cuts it right in half right there. It cuts it right in half there. So you've got equal amounts. So the full length up and down, all the way up and down is 4. See, so it goes from 0 to 4. No, half has to go on top, so 2, and half has to go on the bottom, 2. So 4 divided by 2, amplitude is 2. So if you take all the way from the top to all the way to the bottom and figure out what the difference is, then halfway is the amplitude. So the amplitude is 2. Okay. Y-intercept is right here. I'll put a little star. Okay, that's the y-intercept. X is 0, 1, 2. 0, 2. Okay, this graph kind of goes on forever as well. So we do the same thing, like these go on forever. So X is going to be an element of the R, and that's it. Well, the range is a little bit more confusing. We always start Y is an element of the R. I'll put a comma. Sometimes we put a line there. And then all the time, we're going to put Y with these two things, like Y, and then we're going to put the lowest and the highest. So the lowest value of Y is down here. It's 0. And then the highest value is up here, 4. And then we'll close these brackets. Okay, I hope you guys are getting the hang of it here. Those are simpler ones. Now let's go one a little tougher here. Okay, when I do this period, I like to, it's a bit tricky going from here to there. Maybe we can find a nicer point. Let's go from here. And it goes up, comes here, hits it, and then goes here. And then comes up and repeats itself right at that. Make sure it's at the same point right there. So let's see how far that's going to be. My period, it's 100. It repeats at 100. Let's see. If you tried to go, that's 30, 25. You tried to go from the crest, 25 to 125. You'd also get 100 because 125 minus 25. So that's 125 right there. Subtract the crest to crest, 25. You'd also get 100. Amplitude. So, let's take a look from here to here. Okay, it goes by 50. So every square is a 10. So it's 10, 20. So here, so it's 10, 20, 30, 40. 40, that's not my amplitude though. You have to divide it by 2. 40 divided by 2. So 40 divided by 2, 20 is the amplitude. If you draw the middle line down the middle, like halfway through, you'll see that it goes 20 this way and 20 down. Okay, so it goes 20 up and 20 down. Okay, y-intercept. So way over here, y-intercept. Well, let's see. 10, 20, 30. So x is 0, comma 30. 0, comma 30. So it's 10, 20, 30, 0, comma 30. Domain, still always the same, XER. And then the range. Again, it always starts the same. Y-E-R, I'll put a comma, Y, and then you got to find the lowest number and the highest number, and then we'll close the bracket. Okay, you got to find the lowest number and the highest number. There, the lowest is down here. It's at 10. Then it goes the highest number here is at 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So 50 goes here. Okay. The next video will have the next parts.